Check your calendars. It is Halloween. Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Paradigm. Team Link Dave, Bravo Dave, and Naomi. Hey, it's time for the Danganronpa Hunger Games. You know, sometimes you talk a little too fast during your intro, and it's like you're running really fast, and it's like you trip on your shoelaces. You're like bum 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 bum. That doesn't happen to me. It's time for the Hunger Games. Today it's Halloween, and it's tricksters versus treaters. I think I got a little Danganronpa representation, little Monokuma goggles on. You know, I got a little shum. This is the imposter season. As you can see, Celeste question mark is not here today. Her identity has been uncovered. Was it you who did it? Find out at the end of the episode. For right now, we have a new imposter in play, and we'll talk about it. As we introduce our teams, as you can see, they're a little unbalanced right now. They are a little bit unbalanced, mostly because the champion is in play, and we have two imposters, and they all happen to be on Team Tricksters, so they got 3 extra people, but we'll see how that all plays out. I think we just introduce our teams. We got 3 tricksters and 3 treaters from each of the 5 Danganronpa installments. We got Celeste, Junko, Togami, Fuihiko, Sonya, Maki, Nagito. Genocide? Is that Genocide Jack? I think it might not be. We got Kotoko, Monika, and Masaru, Himiko, Miu, Karumi? Pardon me, I don't think that's Karumi. I don't think that's quite right. We have Kokichi, Tengen, Maya, and Juzo, as well as all of our treaters here today. We got Hina, she got the sweet tooth. We got Chihiro, Freaking Sayaka, Akane, Chiaki, Mahiru, Hiroko, Yuta, Komaru, Rantaro, Shuichi, Kibo, Chisa, Kizakura, and the sweets maker herself. It is Haruka. I don't think I give this version of the intro enough credit. It's kind of a banger. Anywho, make your picks first, second, and third. I will make mine as well. Hey, but remember, you can also guess some imposters. The imposter poll is up. Guess your singles imposter. You might want to wait because there might be some clues to pop up during today's episode. There are events that relate to specific imposters if they stay in for long enough. Will they hit is the real question. Will they make it easier for you guys? We'll see. But until then, let me look at your comments from last time. As we do just that. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. You guys have been doing that recently, and I actually very much appreciate it. So please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're enjoying finding imposters this season, I know a lot of you are. There's a couple groups looking for imposters, so I'm here for it. Let's talk about it though. Last episode, it was the Might and Magic, and this time it's Trick and Treat, you know what I mean? Which I think is appropriate just for today, but also appropriate for, tricksters and treaters. We got a couple tricksters out here. We have, pardon me, that was one chilly conclusion, said, Glove Boy. Kotoko, who reminds me, you're lucky that you remembered that I'm the master of the dark arts, or else I would have reminded you by turning all of your pancakes into waffles. Now that's just unheard of. That is unholy. How could you? I also asked you guys, would you choose a Might or Magic? Kotoko also says Stealth. Skillfully sneaking past the enemies, being an assassin and a thief. Lion chooses Dark Mage because, Lion! Opening, who says they prefer magic. It seems fun. I would do all magic, probably ice. Poka, seeing personally of a healer themselves, I've always taken myself the support role in multiplayer games I play. So, magic. Little healing magic. We like that. Healing magic, it just seems like the most useful, not gonna lie, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Rio, who says, I'm usually a might chooser, usually with blunt objects. D&D though, I could go either way, but I prefer a lovely bard. Everybody loves a good bard. You better believe. And lastly, we had Kat, who says this one is tough, though I'd usually pick magic since they're more varied in what they can do. Weapons are just awesome to mess around with. Specifically, I like water/ice magic is the best. Fair enough. I think I chose might yesterday. Oh, not yesterday. Last week. I was a big might fan. I'm big on a might. What do I have for you guys this time? Those beverages that I asked you like 2 weeks ago, we'll be making them, I'll be making them on the week of, you'll see them likely, the week of the 22nd, whichever Friday or Saturday that is. I'm gonna make a couple of them. And we'll see how it goes. That being said, it's Halloween! Yeah, I was gonna say, not everyone celebrates Halloween. So I'm not trying to do a specific Halloween question. We've done a candy question not too long ago, and honestly, to be like the big treat time of the year, I feel like there's not a lot of like specific Halloween candy that I'm like, oh man, we gotta go and get that. Like, I can think of certain Easter candies and Christmas candies and even Valentine's Day candies. But like when I think of Halloween, I'm like thinking all the standard candies and then like candy corn, which isn't like super duper great. But I can't think of any like specific Halloween candies that I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for when I go to the store. Except like maybe Reese's like pumpkins, but like they got Reese's eggs too. You know what I mean? Anywho, your question is 5 questions. We haven't done this in a long time. If you match one of my answers, you lose. I'm asking 5 questions. If I could count to 5, because I definitely just wrote 1, 2, 3, 5. Question 1. Give me a character that's on Team Trickster. So you know, you got a wide net. Got a wide net. Question 2. Give me a Danganronpa game protagonist. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. You know, I gotta pretend that I'm writing for longer. So that you guys can just guess on how long I'm writing for. Give me an ultimate talent from Danganronpa 2. Yeah. All right. Number 4. I need to start to like shrink it down a little bit. Give me just because I'm also very excited for 2x2. I think that's what they're calling it. Danganronpa. Give me a blackened a culprit essentially from Danganronpa 1. Let me think about that. I think Danganronpa 1 is one of the harder ones considering, you know, all the things. Yeah, give me a blackened from Danganronpa 1. Great, and then number 5. How do we shrink this the most? Give me a Danganronpa character with green hair. There we go, baby. Okay, I can only think of 3. So I'll go with this one. Alright, don't match my answers. We'll find out next week who survives. I think that one's actually pretty hard. That being said, let's start this episode. Don't match my answers, find some imposters, but before we do, don't think I forgot. Monophony's not here today, but Monophony might need to be here in a moment if Chaos decides to do his thing. Those wheel spins right round, baby, right round. Nope, no Chaos. But next time, it'll be feeling even stronger. I think they actually edited the wheel to have kind of like a glossy edge. Now that I'm looking at it, that's like that's a new little design. I like it. I really do. That being said, it's time to start our episode. Y'all know how we do that. Y'all know. You've been here, and if you haven't, welcome. But if you have, let's do it. Oh, hey! I guess I'm gonna double down today. Hold on, give me a second real quick. Put that right there. We're just gonna drape this over here. Pop these right up here. Oh my gosh, forehead reveal? Where we at? This way? Yeah, we gonna just put this right here. Let me keep it a buck. Whew. Yeah, baby. It's you know what? They're almost on his eyes. So we take those, even though these are backwards. You know what? It is what it is. Put me on. I'm feeling like real despair now. Oh yeah, man. Does it have ears? Oh, it does have little ears. Oh, that's cute. Regardless, now that I feel like I've embraced my despair, I've made an executive decision. One turns out to be some of the most horrific, unforgiving RNG in the history of this game. So, what better way to cause despair than to resimulate just one time? Are you ready? Let's do it. No championship on the line, but we will proceed. See how this all unfolds. It is the start of the bloodbath. The tributes stand on their podiums. The horns, they doth stand, the horn bearers. Thank you, horn bearers. Big preach to you. That being said, we must continue. As Kotoko runs away from the cornucopia, Shuichi is the elusive option number 11. We finally have our answer. Hina runs away from the cornucopia, Monica does as well. Jack is a superhero, while Chisa is a supervillain. They have been arch nemesis since the year of the Aviator. I miss the year of the Aviator. Maybe one day we will do like a Year of the Aviator too. Maybe we'll have like a Chinese New Year of like a loop. Because I feel like we have enough years at this point. Himiko and Mahiru, the two redheads, decide to have a competition to see who can kill the most Komodo dragons this game. Kizakura grabs a sword. Junko runs away from the cornucopia. Kokichi and Chiaki try to find a way to escape. Karumi kills the champion with a sickle? Karumi knows her time might be numbered. They might find her out. That being said, Komara runs away from Cornucopia. Celeste runs away as well. Togami attacks Rantaro, but Fuyuko protects him, killing Togami. Juzo runs away from Cornucopia. Sonia runs away as well. Ruka is the elusive option number 11. Yuta gets a kitchen knife. Tengen runs away from the Cornucopia. Kibo, rather, and Akane are resurrected by the Lich King to kill the other tributes. Mew picks up adrenaline and deposits directly into her soul. Nagito plays all the hornbearer instruments at once. It's so beautiful that the hornbearers are subdued and they let Nagito keep all those instruments for the rest of the game. Maya finds a model cornucopia in the cornucopia. Saka enters the game but changes their mind and then just leaves. Good. Good, we didn't want you here. Respectfully. Actually, disrespectfully. I don't think I've ever said that, actually. But it would be you who gets it the first time. Hiroko, rather, not Hiroko, two different characters, both different energies, but I'm gonna continue. Hiroko smashes Chihiro across the face with a brick, but Chihiro shrugged off the blow because Chihiro's getting yoked now. Let me tell you, Chihiro's getting that he's working out here as Mashu snatches a pair of sides. We go on to day 1 as Kizakura is stronger than he appears, which is, it feels kind of canon. Name a more iconic trio than Juzo, Mahiru, and Junko. Well, Juzo really hates Junko. Mahiru probably hates Junko too. This is actually an interesting trio. Because, you know, I don't think any of them really like each other at all. In fact, I would borderline say almost hate. Mahiru probably may not hate Juzo, but Juzo could have, like, if he were not so caught up in his own stuff, he might have been able to help stop what happened in Mahiru's class regardless. Sonia and Kotoko kiss underneath the mistletoe. Komaru tells a frustrated Hina to chill out. Shuichi places a comically placed banana peel, and accidentally breaks his neck. He trips on it. Kurumi asks Himiko if she likes boats, leading to Himiko going on a tirade about how much she has come to love boats. Kurumi kills Himiko while she is rambling. Chisa wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Akane sits down next to Chisa, not Chio. Chisa and has a talk with her. Kokichi uses their special attack on Nagito, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. Kibo asks Maya if everything's okay. Avi confuses Jack for Hilda? How? Well, they both wield iconic weapons. You know? And you know, I confuse scissors for axes all the time, man. Y'all ever try and, like, cut a piece of paper and you go to reach for your scissors, but instead you pick up your axe and you just go, man, how unfortunate. Chihiro hates that Celeste. Chiaki decides to lend Avi a hand and goes on the Komodo Dragon to lose in the arena. We love to see that. Hiroko goes hunting. Yuta breaks down and starts weeping for an unknown reason. Rantaro tries to console him. Monica, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world-famous tag team champs and feel the power. I don't think that guy will be saying that. Oh boy. Fuyuko receives pancakes from Avi, you know. That's my guy. Ruka teaches Mew some fighting moves. Little does Mew know that Ruka teaches her wrong as a joke. Tengen drives up to Maki Donald's and wants an ice cream. Unfortunately, the machine is broken. And fun fact, Masaru is here just to suffer. We only lost 5. Maybe that one re-simulation was a fluke, because as we go to our first Clarity of the episode, it's not for many. Maki, Togami, Sayaka, Shuichi, Himiko. The V3 survivors were not surviving. They certainly weren't, and we will see everybody's statuses. 2 people gone from the treaters, everyone else disappeared from the tricksters, which means tricksters still have an advantage, but you know, it's dwindling. We'll see how that plays out, but we must proceed and continue. Will we get any imposter clues? Will we see, hear, do anything? I don't know. We'll see. Well, let's play it out right now as we proceed to night 1. It is night 1. As Chihiro sings a romantic song to Kizukuro. When the two lean in for a tender kiss, Chihiro notices Yuta filming them, which makes Chihiro shout at Yuta. At least it's not murder. Fuyuko lets all the dogs out. Whew. He did it. It was he who let all the dolls out. Not dolls, DOS. Who let the dolls out actually would be a really fun Your Turn to Die cover of that song, actually. I need to put that in my ideas for later. Okay. Monica finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Junko ain't afraid of no ghost. Great, actually. Nagito threatens Maya with a good time. If Kokichi is the agent of chaos, he's not, which means no chaos reigns. Unable to get a fire going, Akane, Komaru, and Kotoko are forced to huddle together for warmth, rather. Hina submits an application to join the squad. Hiroko snatches it out of her hands and rips it out. Yo, Hiroko, I thought you loved the squad. I thought we went way back, Hiroko, mama. After losing repeatedly to Masaru and Chest, Masaru is not tossing the fire, so let's just toss the game board into the fire. Chiaki burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Chiaki swears it was an accident, but Rantaro said he saw the whole thing. Chiaki deliberately burned it down. Because I believe in Chiaki, I'm gonna let the whole thing slide. Juzo accidentally sticks his hand in the campfire that he made. Mew steals Sonia's first kiss. Jack shouts from afar, "Is that a JoJo reference?" But is that actually Jack? I don't believe it is. Thinking quickly, Mahiru constructs a homemade gun, using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. I will tell you, I think I must admit, there were a lot of franchises submitted. How I picked which ones went in, it was a wheel. I will say someone did submit Danganronpa, so there is a possibility eventually that there is a Danganronpa character as an imposter as another Danganronpa character. So keep that in mind. That's not a clue or a hint. That's just me saying that is a funny thing that could be that could have happened. Kumi bashes Chisa's head in with a mace after losing repeatedly to Ruka and Chess. Kibo tosses the game board into the campfire. Tengen was too cute for this world and is sent into a different plane of existence as we go on. Today, Tengen too cute? Nah. Nah. Maya. Put cat ears on Hiroko. She's actually kind of cute. Kinda. Y'all mean to if you put cat ears on mutton, let me stop. I will behave. As Nagito starts writing a novel, will he ever finish it? Mayu asked Avi if she can be in the World Pancake Championship match. Hey, yo! Camera girl! Yeah, I'm gonna let you into the World Pancake Championship match. You better believe I will. Miss Mahiru. Who you think you are, not getting in the World Pancake Championship? Get in there, girly. Kibo grabs a table. The audience cheers in excitement. Yeah. Where in the world is Yuta dead? He's not alive. He's dead. Mashu punches Kizukura off of a cliff, screaming "Punch Club forever" to the heavens. Fuiko asks Kotoko if Kotoko likes boats. Leaving Kotoko this time going on a tirade how much she loves boats. Fuiko could not murder her, so instead he dies from boredom. Jack confesses how much he has come to hate Celeste. Celeste says the feeling's mutual. Hey, usually I'd be like, why is the squad beefing with each other? That's not a real squad member. That ain't Jack. In fact, I'ma find out who this imposter is myself. Trying to impersonate the squad. How dare you? Sonia plants flowers around her campsite. It would seem that Ruruka and Chihiro have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Kokichi and Kamaru sitting in a tree. Kissing. I don't think your brother would approve. Monica stabs Hina with a sword, revives her with a wish ring, then repeats the process until they are satisfied. Junko receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Akane, Chiaki, and Juzo come up with a complicated escape plan. Rantaro tells Mew that she is not the clown but the entire circus, and Karumi dives into a pile of plushies. The plushies prove to be too powerful, and Karumi drowns. Just like that. That was a not much more bloody day. It was just 7. We're tiptoeing through this game, and as we have one more Clay de Lune for Chisa, Tengen, Yuta, Kizukura, Fuyuhiko, Hina, Karumi? See everybody's statuses. How many people do we have? 21, 9 plus 10 remain as we continue on with this game. Trickster stuff, Celeste, Junko, Sonia, Nagito, Genocide Jack, Kotoko, Monica, Masaru, Mew, Kokichi, Maya, and Juzo. The treaters, rather, are a little bit lower as I've got Chihiro, Akane, Chiaki, Rantaro, the World Pancake Champion, Komaru, Hiroko, Mahiru, Kibo, and Ruruka. And so what does that mean for the rest of this game? It means we gotta keep this game going on. We got 21 left, 11 more until your saving grace picks, and 20 more until we have ourselves a victory. 9 plus 10 equals night 2, as you thought it was Akane, but it was me. A deal! A starving Mew changed nearly half of her supplies for Masaru's loaf of bread. Rantaro ain't afraid of no ghost. Busting makes him feel good, which out of context does sound kind of crazy. So I'm gonna backtrack. Chihiro finds a laptop open to the Hunger Games simulator, sees the event where he dies through the simulation. Maya stabs Chihiro. Kibo wants to pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. He could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now? Right now. Sonia, Komaru, and Ruruka sit around the campfire singing their campfire song. Hiroko finds a big red button, presses immediately. Fortunately, it doesn't do a thing. Mahiru, Kotoko, and Celeste get into a fight. Kotoko triumphantly kills them both. Both of the ladies are gone. Kotoko, the kid, stands tall as Nagito uses a samurai sword to strike down Monica. Servants no more as Chiaki fears Yuta. In fact, she fears all the Asahinas. Mother and father Asahina, all of them. Juzo and Jack become best friends after their shared love of 17th century sea shanties. Junko has a dream of Kokichi winning. Is this a premonition or something? Maybe. Never count out Kokichi, you know what I mean? As we go on to... There we go. Day 3. It took its time, which, you know, made me sweat a little bit. If Junko is the agent of chaos, she's not. Chaos doesn't reign. Sonya feels the power for her tag team champions, Team Makoto. Naito sets up the ice cream shack, while Chiaki comes and buys some. It was delicious. Kotoko has balloons. Komaru comes and pops them. And you pop those balloons, Komaru. You pop them. If I were there, you better believe I would have been there to want to take it. I would have taken this pin right here, and I would have been like, wham! To that balloon. You would have gotten jump scared by that balloon. Kotoko proceeds to kill Komaru for destroying her balloons. I wouldn't have done that. Komaru, you deserve better. Kill all balloons. Kibo and Akane trade talents. So Akane's a robot now, huh? Okay then. Jack receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Juzo embraces spring and plants daisies outside of his camp. Well, let me tell you, they're going to wilt. Kokichi and Mew are made into grotesque human dioramas by Hiroko. Junko's premonition was definitely wrong. Rantaro, Maya, and Masu hold an intervention for my pancake addiction, which I show up to because one of them's a world pancake champion. I can't say no to that, but I can say don't care, didn't ask, plus ratio, toodaloo to you. As Ruka wants Avi to give Waffles a chance, she should perish for that. As we have another 7 gone, we're tiptoeing, y'all. We're tiptoeing, but you know, that was technically a third of the remaining competition, so I guess maybe it's not so much a tiptoe as it is a Claire de Lune 4. Chihiro, Mahiru, Celeste, Monica, Komaru, Kokichi, Mew. And it should have been Ruruka too. Wanted me to give Waffles a chance. Who does she think she is? I hope she loses. I hope she loses twice. The Tricksters are down to Junko, Sonya, Nagito, Genocide Jack Kotoko, Masaru, Maya, and Juzo for almost a tie game. They got 8 competitors to the remaining 6 for the treaters. Akane, Chiaki, Rantaro, Hiroko, Kibo, and Ruruka. Final 14, 4 more until your saving grace picks. How will this all shake out? We do have one imposter still in, the one who was introduced this episode. I was gonna say, you get to guess 2 imposters. If Genocide Jack wins this episode, you'll only be able to guess 1. Shall we proceed? I think we must. As we go on, we proceed to C. Ruko kills Sonya as she tries to run. How dare you? If Jack is the agent of Chaos, their target champion is alive. Chaos reigns and does not. Kotoko gets bonked on the head. Rantaro finds Masaru hiding and then comedically slaps him. You like a big ol' I got him. Naito goes to the left hotel with Hiroko. Should have been me. If Junko is the agent of Chaos, she's not. She's feeling very chaotic though. Maybe it's because we're twinning? Saint Junko, blessed be. Chiaki edits the description of this video, Akane, and Juzo takes some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. Maya has no weaknesses, and Kibo finds my secret stash of pancakes that I hinted at. Always look for my secret stash of pancakes, you guys. As we proceed, it's not the feast. Thought it was gonna be the feast, but instead it's day 4 rather. As Maya receives a gift from her secret admirer, a giant stuffed bear. Ruka, Hiroko, and Kotoko track down and kill Kibo. Rest in peace to the robot. Junko searches for all the AV clones that she hasn't met. She's starting a cult. And I'm joining. Akane throws some salt in the eyes of Masaru rather, causing him to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Can he win while blinded? Juzo, Rantaro, and Chiaki get chased by a rampaging Jack? And Naito wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. You don't say. We'll proceed. It's night. No, it's not nighttime. We already did our night. We got another 2 gone, which means you're at your final 12. It's cheaper by the dozen, as we declared Lune 4. Sonya, Kibo. 1 for the Tricksters, a 1 for the Treaters. Which team are you rooting for, actually? The Tricksters or the Treaters? Right now, it's a 1-person advantage to the Tricksters. That could all change when we experience the feast, which will likely come in the next day. We are down to, what, 7 and 5. Oh man, it's a 2-person advantage, isn't it? It sure is. It's a 2-person advantage. They have 5, the other team has 7. Unless I'm horrifically misremembering. Yeah, 7 and 5. That's where we are. Shall we? 2 more into your saving grace picks? I think we must. And as we do so, we proceed, and we see night 4. Chiaki feeling especially kind tonight, as if she's not always especially kind. Gives Nagito a muffin. Maya hugs Rantaro, but Rantaro doesn't like it and kills her for it. Oh! Well, okay. Kotoko hits Akane with some sweet chin music, which is impressive because Akane is pretty tall and Kotoko is a child. Juzo sits in a fruit tree rather. Jack shakes the tree violently to retrieve some food, but it also causes Juzo to fall to his death. Masaru thinks he's the protagonist in actuality. Momo is the protagonist, and Masaru is a quirky comic relief character. Junko hops into an inflatable cauldron and jokes about how she's emergency food. She might have a problem, and Ruka dies from infection. That's what you get. That's AV's curse, baby. Ooh. We go on. How many? Oh, it's definitely feast time. What are we talking about? I didn't even guess. I knew you do this long enough. You know, you get that feast feeling. You get that second sense. You're like, the feast is here. Kotoko, at the start of this feast, where the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and marks from the tributes' families, doesn't go. Junko says, I'm not going either. Nagito tracks down and kills Masaru. Hiroko decides not to attend the feast. Akane is unable to convince Rantaro not to kill her. Jack decides not to attend the feast, and Chiaki is killed by the elusive player 1. We are very close to potentially having an imposter win this game. As we proceed one more time, we still have a day to get through though, and Rantaro is the king of 5 Nights at Freddy's, as we are now down to no longer your final 5 competitors, as Nagito shoots an arrow at Junko, but it misses and kills Kotoko instead. Jack makes a finger gun, pretends to shoot at Hiroko. It actually fires and shoots her fatally. That means we are now down to your final 4. There is a 25% chance an imposter walks out of this game with the victory, but instead we have to proceed because it is the last Claire de Lune of the episode. 4. Maya, Juzo, Ruka, Masaru, Akane, Chiaki, Kotoko, Hiroko. Do you know what this means? Oh my gosh, it's everyone against Rantaro is what it means. Rantaro, can you win it for the boys back home? Can you win it for the treaters? Because it's time for your new picks, your saving grace picks. Junko is about to run wild on everyone. Blessed be. I got her as my pick. You know, I'm just picking early. I usually tell you who's left. Junko's winning this one. She's coming in first. I don't care if it's fake Jack. The squad are gonna come first and second, and I'll pick Rantaro for third because of the World Pancake Champion. Nagito, that means you're screwed, or I've jinxed everyone else and you're about to win. That being said, Nagito is still here. Hey. Let's see how he plays it out tonight. Let's see how he has a good time or a bad time. Using your final 4, so you had a good game regardless. Genocide Jack? That ain't her, but who could it be? We might find out should she win this game because that's an immediate reveal and a spot earned for the imposter. And last but not least, Rantaro, the World Pancake Champion, remains. Those are your final 4 in the comments. Pick them first, second, third. What you got? I already told you my picks. Junko's winning this thing. Bow your heads, put your hands together, bow, fall, and pray. Blessed be Saint Junko. But we'll see how this plays out. She may sacrifice herself so that someone else may strive further. Or maybe it really will be the most chaotic episode and we'll have an imposter take the victory. We did roll a 1, so do keep that in mind. I think we're ready to go. Are you? Well, if you want to go further, you actually have to like the video. It's a toll. You can't actually continue on with the episode until you... Well, you know what? Just for you, I'm going to leave it as an option. Just for you. You specifically. Not everybody watching. You. If you're watching this with somebody, not all of them, I'm talking specifically you. You know who I'm talking about. You can watch. You can not like the video and continue on. Everyone else, yeah, I like it. Anyway... It's your final 4, actually. It's not even Samurai Woman. The 4 of these competitors, Junko, Genocide Jack, Nagito, and Rantaro, are all called what we like to call within our final 5. This is the final 4, a crisis of fate. It is that time, isn't it? Let's see how this plays out. It could all end right now. It's your final 2, I think. As Nagito grabs a dumbbell and starts working out, Jack lets Junko and Rantaro into her shelter, protecting them from a mysterious stranger that's been hunting them down through the night. Little do they know that Jack is that mysterious stranger, and she dismembers them both late into the night. Nagito's about to win this because of my jinx, isn't he? Or will the imposter take the win and beat my Jinx? I don't know, but we're about to find out just who. It will be Nagito or Jack. Nagito is here. If he wins this thing, he wins this thing. He didn't get jinxed, but it is his luck that we're talking about too, so keep that in mind. Genocide Jack, on the other hand, gotta go back to the past. Genocide Jack, will she take the W here tonight? But that's not Genocide Jack. We'll have to find out just who it is. Jack? Nagito or imposter. One button will show us the truth, and the truth of this game will be revealed. Yeah, I want to wait for the instrumental to change, and it's gonna change right now. Jack begs for Nagito to kill her. He reluctantly obliges to killing Jack? Can I go see a medical professional about a jinx? Because sometimes this is a little crazy, you know? Sometimes it's a little odd. But we'll proceed, and the three people who I thought were going to, the three people are like, these three are gonna get first, second, and third. Let me tell you where they are. Brand Steel? You wanna let the people know where they are? You wanna do the thing? You wanna Brand Steel, Brand Steel. Steel. I guess we'll just wait here for a second. Hope the website's not down. I know there's been a lot of technological issues over the last 2 weeks for real. So how's your day been? Did you jinx people too today? I did. Hey, I had a whole capsule of vitamin jinx, and it was delicious. It was delicious and it was strong. I must have had like a quadruple dose, I'll tell you what. Yo, I think I jinxed so badly that I broke the whole game. Cause like I've been actually sitting here for a minute, like usually like it'll stop. Yeah, I broke it. Well then, I think this is a first. I think this is gosh darn a first. Well, we know who won. Should we do like a little makeshift? I'm gonna refresh it a couple of times. Hey, me and editing, let's do the thing, Let's say your winner. Yeah. Oh. I've never seen this page before. All right, well, we're experiencing some real sauce today, huh? Your winner. Well, yeah, the game is gone. That's literally the first time. But you know what? We got to the end, so that's what we're gonna call it, I guess. Nagito takes the win. Huh? In my 18 games, or my 18 seasons, I don't think I've ever quite been through that. I was gonna say this is the cast. Unfortunately, we don't have that simulation anymore. So Nagito won. And you guys, if you're wise, you can pay attention to who got the kills and how many there are left. Here, if we were to resimulate one more time again, and hey, you might even get like a free, if you want to like pause in here and like look around, you might, who knows, you might see there could be a clue somewhere in here. Whoa, who knows, maybe, mayhaps, but maybe not. Jack didn't get nearly as far this time. Pop us back here. Who would have won if we re-simulated one more time again? Would it have been Nagito? He's still in. Can you imagine if he wins a second time? That'd be kind of goated. He's close. Y'all, he's close. Nagito won this friendly game of Uno. Y'all don't think? Y'all don't think? Y'all don't. you don't believe that. Okay, wait, no. Nagito cuts Masaru. He's in the final 3 again. Okay, he got killed by a trap. I was gonna say, if he wins back-to-back just in a random use. So look, if we had done it all again, it would have been Shuichi. But this is not the truth. I just kind of wanted to be here. He still almost won. So you know what, Nagito? I think you really earned this one. Anywho, these are not the stats. This is not what happened. But I'm not gonna re-record the whole episode again. We got to the winner. If we didn't get to the winner, we would have re-recorded. I think that may have happened one time ever, where the site went down. I don't know if that's actually true. I think the one time the site went down, it was also mid-recording, but it came back up and it kept my current run. So yeah, I think this is the first time that we've actually lost a game and didn't get to placements, summary, statistics. That being said, we did get to the winner, so I guess we didn't really lose the game. Anywho, that's the episode. I'm gonna get out of here. Until next time, I'm taking off. Toodaloo Flight Crew. This was, hey, the tricksters sure won, didn't they? In the end, they went tricking. Toodaloo Flight Crew. This is an unorthodox ending, but you know what? It was a very Nagito ending. He won the game and broke the game. Who else but Nagito? Get him out of here. He's not allowed. That being said, before we go, I do need to tell you guys this. Bring up the brackets. There he is. Nagito takes that spot. However, Celeste was uncovered, and it was, after a couple of weeks, revealed it was Vivian from Zenless Zone Zero, disguised as Celeste. Will not be going on to the finale, but do you know who will be? It's gonna be, this character here, Goro Majima, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, Majima is in. That is our game. This was fantastic. So until next time, for real this time, I'm taking off. You got 2 imposters. Hopefully you got your clues. Toodaloo Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.